In this video, I'll be explaining in details what is Forex trading and all you need to understand about Forex trading. This is Glory Capital, and here we trade with structure and not with emotion. But firstly, very quite simple, what Forex trading? This Forex trading entails a global financial market that allows one to trade various currency pairs, right? And when we talk about these currencies, right, it's just like trading one currency against the other. And what we basically do in trading is to buy and sell, and the sole goal of all this is to make profit, right? And I'll be explaining all this in detail so you better understand and your understanding can be widened on what we really call forex trading. I want you all to know that this forex trading is the largest financial institution around the world, right, which is very important, and you need to know all these basic details as the primary foundation, which is very important in anyone who is going to be trading forex as the full-time trading, so you become a very profitable trader on the long run, as I'll be explaining all these details step by step detailedly. And I want you all to understand that if you travel to a particular country, for example, you travel to the United States, and from Japan, for example, let me use Japan and the United States for example, maybe you travel from Japan to United States, and from you coming from Japan as a country, you'll be carrying your yen currency pair, and that's the official currency you are using there. Coming to the United States, you'll be needing the US dollar, right? And you needing the US dollar, you'd have to exchange this your Japanese yen for this United States dollar, and this exchange process, we can call it as the forex exchange, as the financial exchange of currencies, right? I hope you guys understand this particular concept in trading. And an exchange rate is the relative price of two currencies from two different countries. That's to show you that you find the Japanese yen to get the United States dollar. Exchanging this currency pair is called the exchange rate, and that's what we basically do in forex, right? And I want you all to know that forex is a decentralized market. That's to show you that there is no particular body governing it. It's so decentralized, right? And I want you all to understand all this concept as I explain it more richly. And when you do this, you have essentially done forex trading through the exchange rate. I want you all to understand this. And exchanging one currency pair for the other, as you could see the chart showing on the screen, the US dollar for the yen currency pair. And going on to the next detail, the foreign exchange market, which is also known as the forex, right? We the trader, the retail trader, call it the forex market, and the financial institutions and the big banks call it the FX market, right? This financial institution, the big bank, they are also called the big boys in the financial market because they are the one capable of moving the market, right? Because they have the bigger purchasing power in the market. They can either place a buy position with big amount of money, unlike we the retail traders that we are trading with a little in as much as we can, but it's not enough to meet the scope of people who are called the big boys and the big bank institutions, right? I hope you guys understand this concept. And the foreign exchange market, which is also known as the foreign by the forex traders and FX by the institution trader, is the largest financial market in the world, as I already explained this concept basically. And I hope you guys are understanding what I mean by what is forex trading, as I'll be explaining it very deeply so you understand. And due to the wide range of market participants, including central banks, financial institutions, corporations, hedge funds, algorithm trading systems, and individual traders, exchange rates change by the second, so the market is constantly in flux. What this concept entails is that due to the various ongoing activities in the market, from the algorithm trading by the corporations, the institutions, and with the retail trader, the market is always moving, right? It's always moving. The market is not static, it is constant. That shows that every second, every minute, every hour, and every day the market is on the move. That's how the financial market works. It doesn't sleep. Although we have the trading section that we trade this market, we have 5 trading days in a week, right? That's from Monday to Friday, and this market is constantly on a move without closing. I hope you guys understand this particular concept in trading, right? And instead, most of the currency transactions that occur in the global foreign exchange market are bought and sold for speculative reasons, and I'll be explaining more details about all this in this video, right? And currency traders, also known as currency speculators. They buy currencies hoping that they will be able to sell them at a higher price in the future. And what do we call these people that speculate on currencies, right? These people that so-called buy these currency pairs with the assumption that this currency pairs would appreciate and later they'll be able to sell it. The people that we can find in banks, outside the banks and other organizations who are in charge of buying this kind of, maybe they are who decides to buy the dollar just to hope for it to rise in the nearest future. We call them the speculators in the financial market. And how big is the forex market? As I already explained this concept that the forex market is the biggest financial institution in the world. And as you could see on my screen, compared to the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, the foreign exchange market looks absolutely wide, and you could see about $9.5 trillion is traded on the financial institution on a daily basis. And this 9.5 trillion plus which is traded on this financial institution on a daily basis covers a wide range of things. It covers the big banks, the bank institutions, and various financial institutions, including with the retail traders. Everything worldwide which is traded daily is more than 9.5 trillion. This to show you how big the financial market is. And let's take a moment to put this into perspective using a monster as an example, right? The largest stock market in the world, which is the New York Stock Exchange. We all know the New York Stock Exchange, which is the biggest stock market in the world, right? And looking at the New York Stock Exchange, which is about 1.5 million, which has about 1.5 million shareholders, and on a daily basis, about $80 billion is traded on the New York Stock Exchange, guys. With all this hype and overemphasis on the stock market, it is not as big as the financial market. As you could see how big the forex market is on this particular chart, and you could see the US equity market, which is about 824 billion, and you could see the Tokyo Stock Exchange market, which is about 35.2 billion, and you could see the London Stock Exchange, which is just about 6.1 billion market. And now you can see how big the financial market is in real time data, right? This to show you that the forex market is so big, and it is one of the most lucrative and the biggest financial institutions in the world for you to bank with. And you could see that huge 9.6 trillion numbers cover the entire global foreign exchange market. This includes things like the FX swap, the outright forward, the options, and other instruments used mostly by big banks and institutions. As I already told you guys, that including the big bank, the institutions, and the retail traders, covering all these aspects in trading, right? That's to show you that this forex market is not just any market, but the biggest financial market around the globe. That's the worldwide. And this is to show you how liquid the financial market can be, right? And in the financial market, we trade various currency pairs, as I've mentioned few of them, and we have the metals, we have the indices, and we have the forex itself. That is the forex currency pairs. And when we talk about the metals, we have things like the gold, the oil, the crude, which I already talked about also. And when we talk about this gold, that is the xauusd pair, which is one of the most traded pair worldwide, right? Then comes the euro USD, then comes other pairs, right, that you can trade in the financial market. And as I already explained this particular concept, which is it's almost never sleeping, right? That's to show you that the forex market runs 24 hours a day, right? It runs through this 24 hours a day, right? And although it has a particular section of which the London section open, the New York section open, the Sydney section open, the Tokyo section, and the Frankfurt section open, but it runs 24 hours a day and 5 days a week, right? This is how the financial market works. And once a trading period of a particular section or a country exists, the market doesn't close but shift to another country zone, right? It works around the globe. That's to show you how broad the financial market is. That you could see the day starts when traders wake up in Auckland, Wellington, and then move to Sydney, Singapore, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Frankfurt, London, and finally New York, right? Before trading start all over again in New Zealand. Right? I want you guys to understand all these brief concepts in trading. Before you begin into trading fully, you need to understand all these concepts, which is one of the basic and primary information you need to become a very good trader. You need to be very rooted in this primary information if you know you'll be going on this long journey, because without the primary information you might be lost on this trading journey. And On this my channel called Glory Capital, you'll be finding a lot of helpful videos that will help you grow as a trader, right? You'll be finding it regularly on this my channel. This is Glory Capital, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to other traders who need this kind of video that would help them in one way or the other to get better as a forex trader, just to know the basics of trading and what it entails. I hope you all have a lovely and wonderful trading day.